Joining us now is San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. Mayor, this is every community's worst nightmare. Thank you for taking the time. What updates can you share about the investigation and these two suspects?
Well, it's ongoing, and I would say that both your previous guests hit it on the mark. San Diego Police Department continues to investigate the two shooters to better understand their motivations. What we do know is that there were hateful comments and racial supremacy commentary that we can directly connect to one of the suspects. And so that's definitely a point that we're going to spend more time on. In the meantime, we're working closely with the local Muslim community to make sure that that mosque is well supported and that folks across our city can feel safe as they worship.
This mosque has been a neighborhood staple for decades, and as I understand it, its current imam has really tried to create a culture of tolerance. Can you tell us more about this community and the impact of the mosque's outreach?
Absolutely. San Diego is the nation's 8th largest city, but in many ways, we feel like a small town. Point of fact, I played soccer in the field where your reporter just was. I grew up on the same street as the shooter involved, and I will tell you that I know that community extremely well. Imam Taha is a local icon. He is absolutely a person who works well across multi-faiths, and it's that deep relationship that I have with him, that he has with our police department and with City Hall, is one of the ways that we keep lines of communication open and have retained our status as one of the safest cities in America. Obviously, we fell short yesterday, despite the best efforts of many involved. But we will continue to rely upon that relationship and invest in it over the next days and weeks to try and help the community recover and regain some sense of safety. It's very important to me as mayor that every San Diego, no matter their faith, feel as though that they can go about this city safely, no matter who they pray or worship.
Why do you believe this mosque was targeted?
We don't have any direct information from the shooter to this location. What I do know is that he went to school just a few blocks away. His home was a little bit further away from that. We have to suspect there's some just proximity and a familiarity with the area. As your guest before was mentioning, we were utilizing police technology to try and track him down after his mother reported him missing. We missed him by a few minutes, but the quick response that we had from the first call from 911 to officers on scene was about 4 minutes time. And we do think that that, along with the heroic actions of the security guard at the mosque, managed to allow us to be able to get the children into the school, lock down the school, and keep them safe so that none of the children died. Sadly, though, of course, we did have 3 fatalities, and that is obviously a deep tragedy.
Last night, you said no resource will be spared to ensure the city's religious locations are protected. This mosque had security. We've heard about the heroics of that security guard who lost his own life, but is believed to have saved others. What does more security look like?
Well, this for the foreseeable future will be additional patrols, not just at this and the other mosques in our city, but the other places of worship. And again, trying to have a forward posture and prevent any sort of copycat or sort of sick individuals that might be inspired by yesterday's actions. I think going forward, we have to continue to invest in the relationships, the ability to have good lines of communication into communities such that we can be made aware of situations like the mother calling yesterday. We need to do more of that work. I think going forward, continuing to resource, train, and equip our police department to be able to do what they need to do. And I couldn't have been prouder that our San Diego Police Department yesterday, they responded in record time. They were able to get on site and limit the loss of life. Nothing will make up for the loss of the 3 individuals that were there. But from investing in our police department to working with our local communities, we can retain our status as one of America's safest big cities.
Can you tell us any more about the victims? We learned of the security guard who died, but what about the others?
We still haven't released their names, so we're still working with the families on that. But I can tell you that what has been shared to me by the imam is that all 3 were workers at the school. The security guard, whose office is right there at the entrance to the school, managed to create some time and some space. The shooters got inside the mosque and killed the 2 people indoors. But we do think that the ability to create that time and that space is what locked down the school, got the children into the classroom, and got units on the scene. We can only predict we'll find this out more as we investigate and pin this down. But I think that response, the sirens, the patrol cars en route may have scared the suspects off such that they took off and, as was been reported, were found dead a few blocks away.
Mayor Todd Gloria, thank you again for being with us. Our hearts are with you and your entire community there in San Diego.